Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here with my buddy Cowboy Joe Boo, as well as Joe Bear in the house. And as always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. Let's get open for business and let's wake up the football gods. Wake up, guys, here on this hump day without football, at least not NFL football. So we have time, of course, while we're waiting for the franchise tag or a long-term contract for my quarterback. And I'm going to be honest with you. I get tired of listening to people that literally trash Dak Prescott. Okay? I'm a truther. I'm going to bring it to you, the truth. And I tell you what, we're going to do something special because I love to debate. Okay? If you can explain to me why these numbers aren't legit, I will give you, whoever you are. I've got those football shot glass shells we make, and we do them all different team colors. We can customize them for you and your team. We've done one for the Giants, we've done one for the Redskins, New Orleans, and I did an Eagle one that's still out in my garage there. I bet nobody will take that shit. But we'll do one for you if you can prove to me why I'm wrong about my quarterback. See, this is some fuel to use against those haters. So explain to me. We are here in the 100th anniversary of the NFL. 100 years of football. Now, football's evolved and changed throughout the years. The game today is a lot different than it was, say, 25 years ago. I get that. I understand that. So some of these numbers aren't quite as relative, but I'm going to give them to you anyway. Because some of the things that Dak Prescott has done have been up there with some of the greats. In fact, two things that Dak Prescott has done right now are in the top three all time, with Peyton Manning, Dan Marino, and Dak Prescott. Here's what's interesting. In the first 4 years of playing quarterback in the NFL, there has been four guys that have thrown for more than 15,000 yards. Peyton Manning, 16,418 yards. Dan Marino, 16,177 yards. And third is Dak Prescott at 15,778 yards. Mind you, the Dallas Cowboys, aren't we considered a running team? Don't we look at the Dallas Cowboys and say, you got Zeke Elliott and they're a running team? But somehow, some way, Dak Prescott is third all time in passing yards. Now, to put that in perspective, Carson Wentz is 14,191 yards. Put this in another way. Let's say we take Tony Romo, not his first 4 years, because his first 2 years he was on the bench. Let's say we talk about Tony Romo, his 4 years of starting. His is 15,045 yards, 725 yards less than Dak Prescott. So if Dak is third in passing yards in the history of the NFL, how is it that he's trash? I know you'll say, because a lot of that was in garbage time. Well, here's another thing that's kind of interesting, though. Dak Prescott is tied with Russell Wilson the last 4 years at second in most wins in that 4 year period, only behind Tom Brady. So some of those games were probably games that were victories, that they weren't like all losses where they were down 50-0 and the other team just didn't show up on the field, right? Okay. Here's another one for you. This one, nobody, and I can guarantee you nobody out there, none of these talking heads will ever say this one. I was looking at an article, because the reason why I'm doing this video was I was looking at an article that was talking about how phenomenal Carson Wentz's season was. And they were talking about in 4 years that Carson Wentz has 97 touchdown passes, which is ninth all time in the first 4 years of a career. That's great. So of all the quarterbacks that have ever played, Carson Wentz has ninth most touchdowns in 4 years. And they're bragging about how great Carson Wentz is. That's incredible. That's averaging almost 25 touchdowns a year. Wouldn't you agree? I agree. That's great. You know who's tied with him in that? Dak Prescott. Wait a minute. Wait. So you're telling me that we have a garbage-ass quarterback who has a running offense that has 97 touchdown passes, the same as Carson Wentz, ninth all time, and he's trash? Okay, wait. Let me give you one other statistic. Because this one, I know nobody out there will talk about. In the first 4 years of every single quarterback that has ever played football, the amount of touchdowns they're responsible for, passing, rushing, however, the all-time leading leader is Dan Marino with 144. You know who's second? Dak Prescott with 118. He's got 21 rushing touchdowns to go with the 97 passing. 118 TDs. Peyton Manning, counting his rushing ones, 114. Carson Wentz, 100. Tony Romo, 108. Now, if your philosophy is Dak Prescott is just a trash-ass quarterback and that what he's done is nothing, then explain how it is he's second all-time through the first 4 years of their career, and I'll give you the first 4 years of Tony Romo's, second all-time in total touchdowns, ninth all-time in passing touchdowns, third all-time in passing yards. If you can explain that one to me, then and still say he's a garbage quarterback, then you got yourself a free shot glass rack. Go ahead. Tell me. Oh, but you know what? Here's one that Carson Wentz is becoming great at too. FYI. As we talk about my quarterback and everybody talks about how great, because the talking heads will tell you that his numbers are better because his receivers are garbage. They won't talk about he's got two of the best tight ends in football, though. And they will tell you that he had one of the best offensive lines in football and things. Okay? They'll put the blame on others. Well, how about this? Explain to me how come Daniel Jones led the NFL in fumbles with 18 and Carson Wentz was second with 17. 17 fumbles in one season. And if you're looking for Dak Prescott, you got to go all the way down to 25th with 6. Go ahead. Prove me wrong. Prove to me that Carson Wentz is a better quarterback. I'll wait. And if you can, you got a shot glass rack. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, I got to go do some work in the shop and then get ready to hit the road. As always, I want to thank you guys for watching, commenting, and subscribing to the Joe Boo Sports Report. I'll see you soon.